kiddos, I'm back. So yesterday I said that was Monday math, and it was not. It was Tuesday math. So today's Wednesday math. And what we have today are these two papers. We have some addition, and then we have some subtraction. So I'm going to do a couple of addition with you and then a couple of subtraction with you, and then you're going to be on your own to finish the pages, okay? So before we get started, what I want to review with you is the ones place and the tens place. And the reason is this is going to set you up from now until eternity because you're going to have to know all of those. And all of you, when we left at spring break, you had it down pat and you were perfect at it. So this should not be any issue with you. Now, we talked about there was a family of place value people and there was a house. And when you walk in the house, a lot of us are right-handed. I have a few lefties. I know you know who you are. Miss Emery Gunder and a couple of others are lefties. So sometimes you don't follow my rule, but I'm going to pretend like you do anyway. You walk in the door with your right hand and you turn the knob and you walk in the door. So on the far right-hand side, the first room that we walk into is the ones place, okay? Plain Jane ones. Nothing crazy about them, okay? And when we can go 1 through 9, and when we overflow, remember, the place value family is kind of weird. They only allow one digit in each room. They're kind of selfish about their rooms. When they overflow, they have to move over to the next room. The next one over is the tens, okay? When they get too many digits, they overflow into the hundreds. So you always start on the right-hand side. You go into the place value house in the right-hand side, and then you go ones, tens, hundreds, okay? Later on, especially going to second grade, you're going to go into the thousands, and you're going to keep on going this way, okay? However, for this year, we're going ones, tens, hundreds, alrighty? This is super important because in math, it is real life and all this stuff, but most importantly, it must be neat. In order for you to work out math for addition and subtraction, when it comes to a lot of numbers and a lot of digits, it must be neat so that the ones column lines up and the tens column lines up because they've got to stay in their rooms. Okay, so there's our little foundation here. So we talked about touch points, addition, subtraction yesterday. So we're going to kind of piggyback off of that. And we're going to use those skills. But this time, let's start with our addition page. Okay, and here we are with A. Now, notice how it says find the sums. Remember, what does sums mean? That's spelled a little bit differently than one of our sight words. Our sight word was S-O-M-E. That means we have some things. This sum, S-U-M, means we're going to add, okay? So this one, here we are with 32 plus 15, okay? You all see my little friend in the corner? Oh, there she is. Elliot's doing some first grade math with us. Okay, so we always start in the ones column. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 plus 5. Again, we have our mental mathers. We have our touch point mathers. We have our number line mathers. We have our wackadoodle mathers. I don't care what kind of mather you are. Let's do our 5 plus 2. In my brain, I'm thinking 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 1 more must be 7. So I'm going to put my 7 in my ones place so that it doesn't get confusing, okay? Now, the good thing is the 7 is just one digit, so he can just stick in the ones column. Nothing crazy, no regrouping. We're not sticking anything over into the tens column, so we're good to go. So let's move over to the tens. Now we have 3 plus 1, easy peasy, just 4. So my answer is 47, okay? Let's go to B. Where do I start? And a lot of times what we want to do is start in the tens place, just because we read from left to right, so it seems like it's natural to start from left to right, right? Except we can't. We got to remind ourselves. We go through place value on the right-hand side. We open the place value with our right hands. So here we go. In the ones column, it shows me 4 and 4, and we are adding them. We're putting them together. So I've got 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's great. Is that right? That's great. I think it is. 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's great. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting my song. Y'all, it's been too long. We need to get back together. Okay, now I have 4 plus 3 in my tens column. And I can do a couple of things. I can do my touch points, and I will show you that in just a second. But in my mind, if I'm doing mental math, if I know 4 plus 4 is 8, then I think that 4 plus 3, that's just 1 less than 4 over here. So then my answer must be 1 less. So I'm going to say 4, 8, and then I'm going to back it down 1, so it's going to be 7. So I can say 4, 8, 7. Okay. The other way, if we're doing touch points, we would say 4, 5, 6, 7. And there we are at 7. Okay? I'm going to do, that one's easy. Y'all can do C. Y'all can do D. That one's going to be easy for you. E. Let's look at E. That looks kind of funny. E is right here, and that looks a little bit funny. And to me, it looks funny because I've got 2 numbers in the ones place, and that looks pretty normal. But then in the tens place, I've got a 6 kind of floating over there by itself, so I think he's about to fall down the floor for any minute because there's a big old gap. That's okay. That just means that there's nothing there. We can put a 0 there as a placeholder if we're worried about the 6 falling out of the floor, or we can just pretend like there's nothing there and leave them alone. So let's start with our ones column, and that is 6 plus 2, or 2 plus 6. Again, I'm thinking 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 1 more must be 8. So I'll put 8. And then I have 6 plus nothingness is just 6. So I'm going to keep him in the tens column. So if you'll notice, he's still in the tens. I didn't move him over. I didn't move him over here. I didn't put him way down here. I put him right in the tens place. Okay? And then the rest of them, it looks like you should be able to do pretty quickly. H, I'm going to give you a hint, is very similar to E. But this time he's got a big old nothingness right above him. It's almost like he has no ceiling. It's like just the sky above him. And that's okay too. That just means that there's nothing there. Okay? Alrighty, so there's that. Now, if you want to do K and L, you can. Those are some extras that you can do where you're just adding those 2 numbers. You may, if you want to, those are just bonus. You do not have to do those. And the reason is we're going to go over word problems tomorrow. No, that's a lie. We're going to go over word problems on Friday. So if you want to do those, you may. You can also wait until Friday to do them. Either way, you are going to have to do them, so you can buckle up and do them now, or you can do them on Friday. Your choice. So I'm going to put this one away. You're responsible for just finishing out the rest of these. It'll be C, D, F, G, H, I, and J. Alrighty? So let's do the subtraction. And this is saying less for lion. Okay? So let's start off with the top one. Again, which place do we start with? The ones, right? And so that's going to be this column here, because we walk in the door on the far right-hand side, and that's our ones column. So when we walk in the door, remember, we are subtracting now. That means our numbers are going to start counting down. That's not as easy for us as addition. To us, sometimes when we put numbers together, we do that all day, every day without even noticing it. When we're lining up and we're trying to count, and Miss Remini and I are constantly going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're constantly counting to make sure we have all of you guys. We're constantly adding all day. Rarely, if ever, are we I hope we're not subtracting, but we're not ever subtracting normally. So we have to really retrain our brains to say, okay, we're going to start counting down. And sometimes those math facts don't come to us as easily. So what I like to do is think about it on a number line, and I like to say, well, how far apart are these 2 numbers? So 4 and 3 on a number line, how far apart are 4 and 3? Well, they're just 1 away from each other. So that's my answer, is 1. Okay? The other way I can do it is still with, number 1, mental math, 4 and 3 and 1, or fact family. The other way is with our touch points. So I'm going to start with my top number, and I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And so all of them are going to give you the answer of 1. And then we're going to move over to our tens place. And I have 7 minus 2. And I can do my touch points. I can say 7, 6, 5. And my answer will be 5. The other thing I can do is say, well, how far apart on a number line is 7 and 2? If I were to jump from 7 and go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I would be jumping 5 places back. Okay? You can also think about your fact families. 7 and 2 and 5 are a fact family. Those all go together. So all of those ways will help you with the subtraction. Okay? Because subtraction sometimes isn't as easy as doing addition. So let's look at this one too. The next one is, we start at the top, and it tells us, I have 6, and I'm taking away, just threw my pencil at y'all. I have 6, and I'm taking away 4. Okay? So I'm going to put 6 in my brain, and I'm going to say 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And that's my answer there. Okay, did y'all see how I did that? If you didn't, and that kind of went a little bit fast, then just push the little slider down and just rewind it a little bit. Okay? But we start off with the top number and we say it. The top number goes in our brain, and then we do our touch points from then on. Yeah, I don't care. Elliot wants to do math with y'all. So then let's go to the 8. Remember, the top number, we say it and we put on our brain because it's telling us I have 8 and I am taking away 3. Okay? 8, 7, 6, 5. And there it is, 52. And I'll do one more with you. On this one, you're not going to regroup. You're not going to have to go to the tens column and say, hey, guy, I'm out. I'm going to need some. Can I borrow some? You're not going to worry about doing any of that. These are just going to be straight numbers. We're going to say, I have this, and I need to take away this. So here we have, I have 4, and I need to take away just 1. And that will leave me with 3. Okay? Here we have, I have 6, and I'm taking away 3. And I know the relationship between 3 and 6 is that 3 and 3 is 6. So my answer will be 3 again. If I didn't know that or I didn't realize that, you might know it, you just might not realize it at the time, you can say 6, 5, 4, 3. And it is like that. Okay? Let me do one more kind of up close so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to jump over to this one because it's going to have a few extra ones. So we're going to start in the ones place, which is 8 minus 6. So we're going to subtract. We're taking away. So we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If you will notice, I went 3 down the back with 1, 2, 3, and then 3 down the back again. Because remember, the 6, circle, circle, circle. Okay? So it went 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Does that make sense? Another way to think about it is how far away are 6 and 8 from each other? Well, they're just 2 away on the number line. So that my answer is 2. Okay, let's do 6 and 4. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And I'm going to put the 2 right there. Okay? So you're just going to finish out these doodads here. And these are going to be a little bit more, except that that's okay because we just need a little bit more practice because subtraction can be a little bit tough. It can be a little bit of a doozy. So we need a little bit more practice and encouragement for that one. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me or Ms. Remini know and we will help you with these. Okay? Good luck!